So with the new changing VAT rate from the 1st of September, how do I deal with that within InShip?
Yeah, so there is two ways to get to the tax codes tab in your company settings to update this. So first of all, you can just click the link that shows here on your dashboard, and that will open a new tab bringing you to the tax codes tab directly. And you can also get there by going to the cog and company settings and clicking on tax codes. So you can see it brings you to the exact same page. Next, then, what you need to do is in your accounts package, add your new 21% codes. And once they have been added, then you come into InShip and come in here. Then, depending on your account system or your accounts package, you will either need to add new tax code here or sync. It will say sync tax codes. If you see sync, you just click that and your 21% codes will show up here. It will sync with your accounts package. And if you see add new tax code, then you click on add and you will manually add the new codes in here that you have added onto your accounts package. So rate is obviously you'll put in 21. Your code, I'll just put in 21 for this, and you can add a description in here if you want, but it's not necessarily needed. It's just to describe what the code is for, and add tax code. And you can see here now we have 21 and your rate 21. Then what you will do is you'll scroll down to the very bottom of this screen, and down here where you'll see this table, you will just need to choose your corresponding 21% code, and you can see mapping created successfully. So if you have more than one 23% VAT code, you will see, say, your standard, and then you might have, I know some people have T1, T0, you might have a couple of them showing here. So it's the same, choose it from the drop down for each one, and you'll get that message saying that the mapping was created successfully. And that's all you need to worry about doing. Once that's done, we handle the rest.
So what's the second option?
So the option 2 is when your accounts provider has asked you to change your current 23% codes within your account system to your 21%. And create new 23% codes. So what you will need to do in that case is do as your accounts provider is asked. So the first step is still the same, go into your account system and update them. And then if you have sync tax codes over here, what you need to do first is go into where your 23% is already on the system and click this here to edit it. And you just need to change the code. So say your standard is now going to be 21% and you've created a new 23% code that you're calling 23. You just need to change this to 23 and update tax code first and then do a sync. You also would need to do the same thing if you were adding a new tax code. So edit the 23 to what the new 23 in your account system is, and then come down to add new tax code and create the 21% code in here.
What happens to documents that are dated before the 1st of September but are received after the 1st of September?
So you don't need to worry about that at all. Having this mapping table created down here and filled out means that the 23% codes stay on your supplier's rules, and anything that is dated from the 1st of September onwards, we will update in the background to your corresponding 21% VAT code for those 23% VAT codes.
So what happens when it goes back to 23% in March 2021?
So because you have filled out this information here, you actually don't need to do anything. The 21% codes in March 2021 will be disabled, and it will just revert back to the 23% codes, which will still be on your supplier's rules.
Perfect. So if you're setting up a new supplier in this tax period of 21%, what standard VAT rate or what VAT rate should I apply to that supplier?
So when you're adding the tax codes to a new supplier at template creation, if they're a new supplier that you've just received in, choose the 23% rate that you want to be on the supplier, and our system will assign anything that is dated the 1st of September onwards. It will assign the 21% codes that have been associated to those 23% codes in this mapping table here. And then obviously then in March 2021, those 21% codes are going to be disabled. And because you've selected the 23% code on the supplier at that stage, you'll have nothing to do then.
Perfect. But when I'm editing a document, like a single document, should I select a 21% code?
So you can do it at a single document level if you want to, because it will only change it for that one document. So you can do it that way if you want.
Okay, perfect.